For months, ARMY across the globe whispered one question: when will Jungkook return? After completing his military service earlier this year, the youngest member of BTS had been relatively quiet. Fans knew he needed rest, privacy, and time to adjust back into civilian life. But as summer ended, the silence became heavy. Social media was filled with countdown threads, speculation posts, and what-if theories about Jungkook's first public step. Then the news broke. Jungkook would make his official first post-military public appearance at New York Fashion Week 2025 as part of Calvin Klein's Spring-Summer 2026 showcase. The internet erupted. Headlines screamed, "Jungkook returns in style, from military to runway," and "Prince of K-pop becomes king of fashion." For ARMY, this wasn't just about clothes or a brand. It was about symbolism. New York Fashion Week is one of the most prestigious stages in the world of fashion, and Jungkook's choice to step into the spotlight there sent a powerful message. He wasn't easing back into fame quietly, he was making a statement. "It feels like the beginning of a new era," one fan wrote on X. Jungkook isn't just coming back, he's coming back bigger. The moment Jungkook appeared, the crowd shifted. Camera lenses tilted, flashes burst, and a ripple of excitement spread through the venue. He was dressed in Calvin Klein's oversized beige blazer, wide-leg trousers, and a crisp, minimalist shirt that whispered sophistication without trying too hard. What made it unforgettable wasn't just the clothes, it was the man wearing them. Jungkook carried himself with a quiet grace, a confidence honed over years as performing on the world's biggest stages. He looked like a man who knew exactly who he was, a global icon, but still grounded. Journalists described him as a modern-day Prince Charming. His look was both regal and relatable, elegant yet effortless. The beige tone softened his aura, highlighting his calm charisma, while the oversized fit leaned into modern high fashion. For fans, it was more than fashion. It was a fairy tale moment. Social media feeds filled with edits of Jungkook photoshopped into castles, surrounded by golden sparkles, his NYFW look immortalized as the ultimate Prince Charming aesthetic. The numbers tell the story best. Within just 1 hour of Jungkook's runway appearance, over 1 million posts about him flooded X, formerly Twitter. His name dominated global trends, surpassing Hollywood A-listers, top designers, and even the official NYFW hashtags. It wasn't just ARMY. Fashion bloggers, celebrities, and international media joined the conversation. Vogue Korea posted a special highlight reel. LUS tweeted, quote, "Jungkook has officially stolen NYFW." Even mainstream news outlets who rarely cover K-pop couldn't resist. The moment Jungkook walked, the internet broke. Not because of controversy, not because of scandal, but because of sheer presence. Behind the flashing cameras and elegant outfits, Jungkook used the stage for something more. During backstage interviews, he dropped a subtle but electrifying hint. "We're preparing our best album yet." Those words sent a shockwave through ARMY. For months, rumors had swirled about BTS's comeback, but this was the closest anyone had come to a confirmation. And it came from Jungkook himself, standing tall, wrapped in Calvin Klein in front of the global fashion industry. It was symbolic. His NYFW debut wasn't just about fashion. It was about reclaiming space in global culture. Jungkook was reminding the world that he and BTS are not just idols. They are architects of modern entertainment, shaping both music and style. No one felt this more deeply than ARMY. Fans live streaming the event from different time zones stayed up all night to watch the Calvin Klein show. Many posted tearful reactions on TikTok and Instagram, describing the experience as like seeing a loved one come home. Some fans went further, designing elaborate fan art of Jungkook as a fairy tale prince, complete with a glowing crown, roses, and enchanted castles. Others shared personal stories, how Jungkook's music helped them through dark times, and how seeing him shine at NYFW felt like healing. For ARMY, fashion wasn't the focus. Emotion was. This wasn't just about a suit. It was about seeing Jungkook, after months away, stand proudly before the world again. Fashion critics were quick to acknowledge what the fandom already knew. Jungkook is more than a guest. He's a global style force. As Calvin Klein's global ambassador, Jungkook has a proven record of boosting sales. Previous campaigns featuring him caused Calvin Klein's website to crash from traffic, with certain collections selling out within hours. Analysts predicted that his NYFW appearance would once again trigger a massive surge in Calvin Klein sales worldwide. One fashion commentator put it bluntly, when Jungkook wears something, it doesn't just trend, it sells. He is not just wearing fashion, he is defining it. What sets Jungkook apart isn't only his looks or status, it's his charisma. He walks without arrogance, smiles without force, and commands attention without demanding it. That balance, confidence wrapped in humility, makes him magnetic. Even people unfamiliar with BTS found themselves asking, who is he? It's the same charisma that has made Jungkook a household name beyond music. In the past, he's been called the Golden Maknae, the perfect all-arounder. But at NYFW, he showed that he's more than a prodigy. He's a man who can carry an entire event simply by being present. With BTS's 2026 comeback album on the horizon, fans are buzzing with speculation. Will Jungkook expand his role in fashion, perhaps launching his own line? Or will he focus entirely on music, delivering vocals and performances that push BTS into a yet another era of global dominance? Some analysts believe Jungkook could become the rare figure who bridges fashion and music seamlessly, standing alongside icons like David Bowie or Rihanna, artists who transcended categories and became cultural movements themselves. As the lights dimmed on Calvin Klein's NYFW show, the impact was undeniable. Jungkook had done more than walk a runway. He had redefined what it meant to return after military service. He had shown the world that idols can be more than performers. They can be cultural architects. It wasn't just fashion. It wasn't just music. It was a cultural reset. At New York Fashion Week 2025, Jungkook didn't just wear beige. He wore history, responsibility, and promise. He wore the weight of global expectations and turned it into a fairy tale moment. The world calls him Prince Charming. Army calls him Jungkook. Either way, one truth remains. His reign is only beginning. The fashion world already knew Calvin Klein had a secret weapon, but nobody anticipated the scale of Jungkook's impact. His partnership with the brand wasn't just another celebrity deal. It was a rebranding of Calvin Klein's very identity. Traditionally seen as a Western heritage brand, Calvin Klein suddenly felt global, modern, and youthful. After Jungkook's NYFW debut, industry experts predicted a massive spike in global sales across Asia, Europe, and the US. His beige Prince Charming suit wasn't just clothing, it was a marketing revolution. The morning after the show, news outlets couldn't stop talking. From Vogue to the New York Times, Jungkook's look was plastered on headlines. In Seoul, morning talk shows analyzed every angle of his walk. In Paris, fashion commentators compared his presence to the greats, models who defined eras. And in the US, entertainment magazines hailed him as the most talked about star of Fashion Week. Even those who had never listened to BTS were now Googling, who is Jungkook? For South Korea, Jungkook's NYFW moment was more than just pop culture. It was a moment of national pride. He wasn't just representing himself, he was carrying the image of a country that had transformed from being overlooked in global fashion to setting trends on the world's biggest stage. Government officials, K-media, and even cultural ministers commented on how Jungkook was enhancing Korea's soft power diplomacy. The choice of beige may have seemed simple, but stylists revealed it was deliberate. Beige is the color of neutrality, sophistication, and timeless elegance. By choosing it, Calvin Klein positioned Jungkook as not just a youth icon, but a bridge between generations. Fans interpret it as symbolic of BTS's own journey, simple, pure beginnings that evolved into timeless global influence.